You hear that phrase all the time. The future is in your hands. But what if I told you it's not just some nice-sounding slogan? It's a genuine, profound truth. And today, we're going to unpack that. We're going to explore this deep connection between your education right now and the future of the entire country. And it all comes down to personal responsibility and the incredible potential that's waiting inside every single one of you. This is no picnic for me either, Buster. I mean, that's a line that definitely gets your attention, right? It's blunt, it's kind of funny, and it was said to a young Barack Obama by his mother. The time? 4:30 in the morning. So let's get into why. So this story starts when a young Barack Obama was living over in Indonesia. His mom was absolutely determined that he keep up with his American education, but, she didn't have the money for a fancy international school, so she decided to do it herself. And that led to a lesson that would pretty much shape his entire life. A lesson at dawn. Just try to imagine that for a second. Waking up at 4:30 a.m. every single weekday for extra lessons before your day even starts. You can bet he complained. He even fell asleep at the kitchen table sometimes. But she never, ever let up. That incredible sacrifice, right there in the early morning, was his first and most powerful lesson in what it really takes, the hard work that education demands. And that one lesson, that's really the core of this whole idea. See, success in school isn't just on one person's shoulders. It's a team effort. The government, your teachers, your parents, everybody has a part to play. But there's one person whose role is by far the most important of all. Okay, what's so interesting here is how this all builds up to that final, crucial point. I mean, you could have the best schools on the planet, the most inspiring teachers, the most supportive parents in the world, but here's the thing. None of it, not one bit of it, makes a difference without that last step, your effort. And this is what that responsibility actually looks like. It's not some huge abstract idea. It's the simple stuff. It's showing up. It's paying attention in class. It's listening to your parents and guardians. And it's putting in the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. That right there, that's the engine that drives your success. So why is this such a big deal? Well, because your education isn't just about your grade on the next test, or even the job you get down the road. It's actually about everyone's future. The small things you do in the classroom today have the power to solve the biggest problems our country is going to face tomorrow. Just think about that science project you have coming up. Yeah, it probably feels like just another assignment, another box to check. But the skills you're learning, how to solve a problem, how to experiment, how to ask good questions, those are the exact skills someone needs to invent new energy sources or find cures for diseases like cancer and AIDS. Or hey, what about that history essay you got to write? You're digging into events from 100 years ago, and maybe you're wondering, what's the point? Well, those critical thinking skills you're using, understanding how one thing leads to another, seeing different points of view, those are precisely what you'll need to help build a nation that's more fair, more just, and more free for everyone. This just puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? The stakes are actually incredibly high. Every student, every single one of you, has a real role to play in tackling our toughest challenges. Your effort, your commitment, it really does matter to all of us. Okay, but let's be real for a minute. This stuff isn't always easy. Life is messy and complicated. A lot of you are facing some serious challenges at home, in your neighborhoods, maybe even just inside your own head. They can make it really, really hard to focus on a math problem. But your circumstances do not have to define your future. I mean, just look at these amazing people. Jasmine started school and didn't speak a word of English. Andoni has been fighting brain cancer since he was 3. Chantel grew up bouncing between foster homes. They could have given up, but they didn't. They refused to let their challenges define them. They chose to take responsibility. And this is the absolute heart of it. Nobody has written your story for you. Where you are right now does not have to be where you end up. You hold the pen. You get to write your own destiny and make your own future. Now, part of writing that destiny means learning how to handle failure. The most successful people out there, people like Michael Jordan, who famously got cut from his high school basketball team, or J.K. Rowling, whose Harry Potter book was rejected 12 times, they didn't succeed by avoiding failure. They succeeded because they learned from it. So you have to flip the script on what failure means. It is not a final verdict on who you are. Getting a bad grade doesn't mean I'm stupid. It just means, okay, I need to spend more time studying. Getting into trouble doesn't mean I'm a troublemaker. It's a sign that you need to try harder to do the right thing. Failure isn't the end, it's just feedback. It's data that tells you what to try differently next time. All right, so let's bring all this home now and talk about the legacy you're a part of. Because you are not the first generation of students to sit in these classrooms feeling the weight of the future on your shoulders. Not by a long shot. Just look at this legacy. The students who sat where you sit went on to do some absolutely incredible things. They started a revolution and founded this nation. They overcame the Great Depression and won a world war. They fought for civil rights and put a man on the moon. They built the entire digital world we live in now. And then, you see that question mark at the end? That's you. So that's the ultimate question, isn't it? What is your contribution going to be? What problems is your generation going to solve? 100 years from now, when a president is talking about our history, what will they say that all of you did for this country? The work to answer that question, it starts right now. It starts with the homework that's due tomorrow. It starts with the commitment you make to yourself today. Your families, your teachers, your country, we're all counting on you. But the person you owe your best effort to, more than anyone else, is you. So don't let yourself down. Make us all proud.